I was on my way to work. I'd been twitching a bit, but I hadn't had any trouble for a long time, so I ignored it. Anyway, I was working for my father, and I was doing a bit of work on the side, and I would basically mind his car park and see off any people trying to park there and go and view the football, which would stop his retail customers from being able to use his car park. I used to sit there and read and draw, so it was a pretty cruisy job, and it's a good way to make some extra money on a Saturday. Anyway, as I sat there, Dad got out of seat and came downstairs and we started to talk. I can't remember what he was talking about, but at some point I looked over to him and he was staring at me, aghast. And then I slipped off my seat and everything went black. And I had this sensation of falling and falling and falling. And then like I was falling down a tunnel, like an infinite well. Bam, and I've hit the bottom. And suddenly I was in this alternate dimension where there seemed to be cracks on reality. And there was this diffuse kind of glow and everything was monochrome. And there was this malignant presence and these gnarled, like diseased trees. And then I felt like, I've been stabbed in the back. And then I'm getting stabbed and stabbed and start to run and run and run. And I'm getting stabbed and stabbed and stabbed. And it seemed to go on for eternity. And then I passed out again. And I'm kind of blinking. What am I looking at? What is that? What am I seeing? And this kind of swirl of stuff there. It's all kind of grey and there's some kind of colour and kind of red and it's all this red stuff everywhere. This red stuff. What is that? What is that? And I'm looking and I see my own reflection. I'm thinking, what is that? It's blood. It's my blood. Shit, I've been mugged. And as I thought that, I got this surge of adrenaline and I thought, I've been stabbed, I've been mugged, fuck it, and I just erupted into action. I leapt up off the ground and I could see this shadowy figure and I thought, I'm dying. If I'm going to die, this motherfucker's going to die. And I just attacked him. Anyway, I'm trying to get to grips with this guy and he's running and I could hardly see and I'm wiping this blood out of my eyes and I'm trying to get at him, trying to get him and then everything went black. And I woke up and I'm looking at the sky and I'm in my father's arms and it's like I've regressed to childhood and saying, Daddy, what's happened? And he said, Marcus, you've had a fit. And I've looked at him and he just looked horrified. He was bleached white and I've never seen him look like that, ever. And I said, Dad, am I going to die? And he said, I don't know. And then I passed out. Then anyway, I woke up in hospital and as it all started to clear up and I felt that I was on the alien mothership. It was all these figures stooping over me and as it comes into focus, I just and they kind of held me down and said, Marcus, it's all right, you've had a fit. And as soon as I heard that, I just kind of, I was all dejected and they said, look, you've had a really bad fit and you've cut your face up very badly. We're going to have to stitch you up, but we can't give you any anaesthetic. And I was so upset because I thought I was over epilepsy and I just didn't care. Just do it. And they were doing it and I can remember crying, not from pain, just because I thought that I'd got over epilepsy and it's so horrible, such a vile thing to suffer from. And in my wisdom I had ceased to take my medication about nearly 10 years before, thinking that I was over it and that I'd cured it with my training. And while I might have cured most of it, I hadn't cured all of it. And I believed that I had, but clearly I was wrong. But what was worse, that figure that I thought had stabbed me and that I was chasing around the car park trying to destroy, that turned out to be my father, and that was my father trying to help me. But when I woke up all delirious and injured, I'd mistaken him for someone who had mugged me rather than, obviously, I'd had a fit and had injured myself. And that, above anything else, had convinced me to keep taking my medication.